Hi. So what that mean? What that mean?
Okay.
And India, who is one of the biggest also producer and
Is that all right?
Sorry?
oh yeah.
It's quite a right-wing news.
At this point, you're committing harassment. I could call the police.
No, I'm sorry. Why you say that? So Alexa Lavoie here for Ribbon News, and I'm here just in front of one of the piece of art that been made by a Canadian that now live in New York. And he was here today and I was able to catch some of the question to him. I was kind of surprised because at first he asked me which outlet I'm working with. And finally, he gave me an interview until I'd been disrupted. See that with the ban on plastic, single-use plastic. Hi. So what that mean? What that mean?
Okay.
Sorry. Are you controlling people to talk?
No, not at all.
No.
I just wanted to let you know that,
So
that,
it's
that
why
what you're
you're
waiting
doing
for.
that.
Just letting you know
Yeah.
that
She coming?
that what you wanted to do
Yeah.
is ready. So whenever you're ready to go.
No,
I had another interview
No,
that I
but-
had to go to.
But why I'm here in Ottawa, it's because in the other side of the street, at the Shaw Center, there is currently the United Nations Plastic Summit that is taking place. They are looking into an agreement for a treaty that they will bring to South Korea on December 1st. They are looking into more restriction and regulation on plastic, as we were able to see with Stephen Guilbeault recently that announced that we will have a plastic registry here in Canada.
And today, I'm excited to announce a new federal plastic registry, which will increase transparency and help make producers responsible.
How much taxpayer and companies will need to pay for this registry? We don't know yet, but we are here to talk with the people, if they agree or not, and show you all sides of the story.
My name is Benjamin Von Wong. I'm an artist, I'm an activist, and I create large-scale objects of curiosity like this one in order to support social and environmental movements. This is called the Giant Plastic Tap. It's a 2-story tall art installation spewing plastics all over the environment. And we're here right in front of the INC Global Plastic Treaty negotiations to talk about how important it is for us to address plastic production and to turn off the plastic tap.
A lot of people will say that there is nothing concrete that is happening in those meetings. You know, there is a lot of people coming, and at the end of the day, the goal that they are setting, they are not really being reached. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think what's different about the Global Plastic Treaty, at least in its essence, is that it's supposed to be a legally binding treaty with provisions on how richer countries are going to pay for poor countries, all the details and the nuances around extended producer responsibility. I think there's a lot of real conversation that's trying to happen inside of these negotiations. But of course, there are different state actors that are coming in. Specifically, the fossil fuel industry has started showing up and has put up barriers around moving forward the treaty negotiations because the countries are looking for consensus, meaning it's everyone needs to agree. And so as these delays have been happening, I think many of the more ambitious countries are starting to come together and figure out, okay, how do we move forward despite all the resistance? And so there are people in there that really want something extremely ambitious. And of course, there are people in there that want a treaty that is a little bit weaker because 99% of plastics come from fossil fuels. So the fossil fuel industry is like, oh no, we can't do that.
Most of the plastic that end up in ocean come from 10 rivers. Those 10 rivers are in Asia, mostly in China and India, and 2 other is in Africa. The thing is, China and India are not part of the 59 country right now who are looking into signing the treaty.
Yeah.
How do you think they can reach something if they don't have the biggest polluters and the biggest producers of plastic?
Because I think that at the end of the day, if you design the economical incentives and restrictions around plastic production, then new alternatives will emerge, right? It's always the hardest piece about a transition is actually getting that momentum going, right? How do we create the new systems and have those targets in place to help transition the existing system into a more environmentally friendly one? And so as long as we have a critical mass, which I do think we have over 150 different countries that have come together that have shown interest in this plastic treaty, I believe that actually this is the only way that we move forward. Because even corporations are asking for political regulations to come into place so that they have a capitalist reason to stop polluting. And so I think there's a lot of goodwill. There's a lot of people that want it. Nobody wants plastics floating in the ocean. Ultimately, it's just about figuring out who's going to pay for it, how we're going to create these control mechanisms in place, and how we're going to make sure that all these pollutants aren't going to emerge and leak out into the rivers. And so the people want it, the companies want it. There are just some countries that are, having a lot of resistance behind it. But if we can get some language in place, we can have a critical mass of change, then change can actually happen. Because otherwise, I don't see any other way that this can happen.
My other question is, we see that with the ban on plastic, single-use plastic. Hi. So what that mean? What that mean?
Okay.
Sorry. Are you controlling people to talk?
No, not at all.
No.
I just wanted to let you know that,
So
that,
it's
that
why
what you're
you're
waiting
doing
for.
that.
Just letting you know
Yeah.
that
She coming?
that what you wanted to do
Yeah.
is ready. So whenever
Got it.
you're ready to go.
No, I had another interview
No,
that I
but-
had to go to.
A question. Do you
Yes.
think it's fair to answer only the media that you approve with
No,
and
I'm-
be giving
I'm an
an interview?
independent
No, but
artist. I
you're
had another
stopping
meeting.
you're stopping your speech because she came and she
No.
did that to you in the back.
It's
and
because
you
I
saw,
have to go.
No, it's because it's not the first time I
It's
saw.
because I had a meeting. I'm here to have another interview with someone else. I'm already mic'd up, so you're my other person.
Yeah, but you were ready to answer my
I can
last
come
question.
back. I can come back and answer your questions. Just I need to go to my meeting. I'll come back and continue the interview with you. No problem.
Like, I don't think that 2 minutes would have done a difference.
No, but I'll come back. I'll come back.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Sorry.
Again and again and again, all North America represents 17% of the total of plastic production, while China is 32%, but is not part of the country who take part of this, and India, who is one of the biggest also producer and
Thank you so much for your time, but we have someone waiting for us right now.
but
Okay, so
what do
thank
you make
We
of the
thank you for
fact
your
that
time, but
those
we
countries-
need to go. And the problem is not with individuals, the problem is corporations, and we should be focusing on the polluters that are here and creating plastics and putting the responsibility on people. Thank you.
you know that your mask have plastic also and
The problem is
having
with-
one
the
every
problem is
time.
with corporations, not with individuals, and the problem is that they've created it for us when the problem is them.
But
Okay, we need
But-
to take a picture now.
as I say, everything that you have on you, it's made with plastic.
The problem is with corporations, not individuals.
Well, sometimes it can be sorry?
We're just gonna head off soon. Is that all right?
Sorry? Oh, yeah.
It's quite a right-wing news.
Sorry.
Do you want me to take these as well?
What did you just say to her?
Nothing. I'm okay.
Yeah. Can I know a little bit? So where you from? Are you from here?
At this point, you're committing harassment, and I could call the police.
No, but I'm sorry. Why you say that? So you just see it. Today, some people recognize us. Of course, they don't want us to ask questions because we are exposing their hypocrisy, and they don't like that. So they try to hide and they talk to each other. So how, in a free democracy, you're not really free to express your own opinion because you see that man, it stopped that woman to just express herself. So don't forget to go and sign our petition, and you can chip in the same time at nogreenreset.com. As I mentioned, it's not cheap to go all the way here in Ottawa, rent an Airbnb, use our lawyer for legal advisory and letters. So please go over nogreenreset.com, chip in, sign the petition, and thanks in advance for your support.